So guys, with the release of both the PSVR 2 and Quest 3 headsets in the last calendar year, coupled with a surprisingly nice flurry of new games such as Asgard's Wrath 2, Assassin's Creed Nexus, and of course Vertigo 2, all releasing in the same span of time, VR gamers have been treated to a barrage of top-notch attention-grabbing titles, which is great for the VR space at large. However, as we all tend to get lost in the big-name game sauce from time to time, I thought today would be a good time to highlight a few games that simply fell off of most people's radars. Welcome to the simulation inside the simulation. I am Too Damn Golden, your VR Voyager, and today we'll be taking a look at 5 underrated VR titles that you should be playing right now. So just for clarification's sake, just note that unlike my other countdown videos, that these entries are in no particular order and simply serve as a means of highlighting a few underrated titles. And speaking of the sort, the number 5 game on today's countdown is actually 2 games, as Polish developer Game Dust's Upertograd series is best described as a Russian Spider-Man Metroidvania that sees players using a pair of plungers to traverse throughout this single-player cosmonaut adventure. So the basic rundown of this one is you, the player, assume the role of a cosmonaut tasked with completing a series of admittedly tedious tasks to repair a facility that is in disarray, whilst being guided by your friendly, almost cliche AI companion throughout your journey.
You're joking. Not another one? Oh, for God's sake, I can't honestly.
Story-wise, there isn't too much to dive into with particular regards to the first one, but Upertograd 2 fortunately offers up a bit more robust plot. But folks, the star of the show with this one is most definitely the movement, as when I say you will be living out your greatest Spider-Man fantasies.
I'm Spider-Man.
Fatality.
I really do mean it, as you will use the aforementioned plungers to fire endlessly in any given direction, and provided that you hit a blue surface, they will stick. And I must say guys that Upertograd 2, while being the stronger of the 2 games with some interesting shooting and flight mechanics introduced, the first game does end on a cliffhanger, so either be prepared to watch the cutscenes online or pick up the first one, which is only $15 as of this recording. But folks, if you're looking for a unique and quirky Metroidvania to possibly get a good workout in, then consider picking up these 2 games, both available on Quest headsets as well as on Steam. Our number 4 game, the LAC Games developed title Crashland, is a Quest exclusive title that has absolutely crafted a compelling gameplay loop throughout this one that, much to my surprise, actually kept me coming back for more. Billed as a VR action horror game, Crashland has gamers playing as an intergalactic gladiator who admittedly isn't the best spacecraft pilot, who sees himself crash landing on a host of alien planets, fending off hordes of unique alien species until rescue can come save the day. So the first thing that stuck out to me about Crashland was the absolute frantic pace of every enemy encounter, which really kept me on my toes, but more importantly to me was the wide variety of not only the enemy creatures themselves, but the various pathing methods that they take, and the overall quality of the enemy AI are actually pretty damn good as well. As are the various upgrades, as well as the overall skill progression that you will obtain throughout this game. But the absolute highlight of Crashland is the masterful enemy design fueled by the procedurally generated environments, and words cannot express the fluidity of motion that enemies possess, as every encounter feels high stakes and tense, which in my opinion separates this game from the litany of throwaway wave shooters cluttering up the VR space at the moment. Guys, it took me a long time to finally come around to playing this one, but if you find yourself in a position that I was, questioning whether you should pick this up or not, just do it, and I promise you'll have a surprising amount of fun. So our number 3 game on today's countdown is one that I actually already covered in one of my earliest videos, which I'll drop on screen now. Phaserlock Interactive's Dino Hunting Extravaganza Primal Hunt is a Turok meets Big Game Hunter kind of vibe that truly is just a ton of fun. So the basic concept behind this one is you, the gamer, are taking on the role of a prehistoric big game hunter using different types of arrows, each with their own distinctive abilities, as well as a variety of traps that do different things such as lure specific type of dinosaurs, dissuade dinosaurs from coming towards your areas, or freeze enemies within a specific radius. And you are accompanied by an infinite grapple arrow at all times to help players keep the high ground to attack and or avoid confrontations with these massive beast. So Primal Hunt, guys, isn't the prettiest game out there, but one thing I will say is I did enjoy the sheer scale and grandiosity of it all, as seeing the massive size of the dinosaurs in this game really did take my breath away, and it led to a few anxious moments as I found myself constantly hiding in tall grass, watching as various dinosaurs made their way across my path. There isn't any type of real storyline with this one, as the end game is essentially the ability to access better tools and build up your trophy rooms with the rarest and most difficult dinos, big cats, and prehistoric warthogs imaginable. So for those of you looking for some sort of narrative masterpiece, this may not be the title for you, but for those people simply looking to explore the variety of prehistoric biomes and see all the different creatures of times past, I really do recommend all Quest and Pico headset users pick this one up, as it is genuinely some of the most pure fun that I've experienced in VR thus far. So the second game that I've already covered on this channel to appear in this video is the time-bending puzzle shooter We Are One, which is honestly almost criminally underrated in the VR world, as this title checks all the boxes that we, the gamers, claim to want. Unique and creative concept that isn't the norm, check. Compelling, enjoyable gameplay loop to make things more interesting, check. Beautiful world design and art direction, check. Flathead Studios' We Are One is truly one of the missed gems to me, as players will embark into a unique puzzle shooter that sees you using various clones of yourself in different time loops to defeat a series of environment polluting robots dubbed the Machines in an effort to save Mother Nature. At the start of each puzzle, players will select which location they want to spawn, and they are given a predetermined amount of time to complete a number of given tasks before the turn ends, before respawning into a different location, completing a different set of objectives, with the former host body now serving as a clone that you will use to aid you in everything from passing weapons, obtaining ammo, and opening barrels for your current iteration to use. The combat in We Are One, while simplistic in nature, get it? Nature? Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Is remarkably responsive and fluid, and even though you will only have one weapon throughout this ecological voyage, you do get the ability to utilize things like the shield or the resin gun to assist with things along the way, and it keeps things just fresh enough throughout this 57 level adventure. I can't say anything else about this title that I haven't already said, and like I have mentioned, I have done a full video review on this one, so if you are interested in getting lost in this beautifully hand-drawn puzzle experience but find yourself on the fence, I will drop that video for you both on screen now and in the description below, but trust me folks, it is worth it for sure. Just like it's 1000% worth it to like this video and consider subscribing if you have not already done so. But now guys, on to today's number one game, and truthfully the catalyst behind me putting this entire video together, as the small group of Danish developers over at Bulwark Games has really put together one of the best Metroidvanias available for VR with their latest project, Genotype. Playing as weather station intern Everly in this one, you very quickly find yourself crashed and stranded at a strange research facility deep in the Antarctic interior, and here, my friends, is where the real fun begins. Guided by a mysterious figure known only as William, Everly progresses throughout the facility in search of a cure for the deadly virus that has not only already claimed the lives of countless facility personnel, but has also found its way into your own brain in a true race against the clock to save your life. The primary tool at your disposal are a pair of gloves dubbed Grade Gloves that kind of give a Half-Life Alyx type of vibe, and I honestly was very impressed with the fluidity of not only these gloves, but essentially everything in this one runs exceptionally well, as I haven't experienced any crashes or noticeable bugs during my time with this one, so shout out to the dev team for that. The approach taken with regards to weapons is quite interesting and unique as well, as Bulwark Games has traded in the tried and true standard weapons for specialized living biological creatures that each possess a different ability to use when dispatching enemies. And Genotype does have a decent, if occasionally poor paced narrative to keep you invested in this one, at least so far as I am still making my way through this one as of the writing of this video. But Genotype is definitely one of those how the hell did I not play this sooner titles that hopefully more people will pick up, because ultimately guys, that's the point of this video. It's to highlight the amazing work of a few indie studios who bring a lot of passion to these projects, because ultimately we all know this, right? They are the absolute lifeblood of this amazing thing called VR gaming. So that's about all I have for you folks today. As always, I am Too Damn Golden, your VR Voyager, and thanks for joining me in the simulation, inside the simulation. Thank you for watching.